now listening to Snuff Magee and Friends. Irrelevance in the Dungeon.
Snuff Magee and Friends. Here we go. Snuff Magee and Friends. Snuff Magee and Friends. Snuff Magee and Friends.
Snuff Magee and Friends, Irrelevance in the Dungeon, episode 21. I am Snuff Magee, joined by...
It's your boy Kel back again.
Lindsey.
Mike J.
What's going on? How's everybody's week?
Excellent,
Good.
brother.
Now, before we start the episode, a couple episodes ago, I had an apple juice. I would say it was an apple juice challenge. And, Lindsey had already popped the top off of the whatnot, so it's not going to be fresh. But how was the apple juice?
It was delicious.
It was?
Yeah.
See it. Holla at me, man. I'm doing these commercials, unofficial for free.
Well, hey, this man.
Yeah.
Okay.
The apple juice is delicious, brother.
This is homegrown apple juice?
It's, well, you want to do the commercial? You drank it.
It is crisp, flavorful, amazing.
Just that word crisp.
Crisp.
It make me want something right now.
The first word, crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah.
Can I just be the ad lib in the commercial? That's a crisp.
Is it crisp or rich? Which one sounds better?
I like crisp.
I like crisp.
Because you can whisper crisp.
Yeah, crisp.
Can we get a whisper?
Crisp.
You ever did an ASMR? What they call it? ASMR video?
Special guest tonight, man. We got Lindsey Dougherty coming in. Mike J making a second appearance, and Kel about to get taken. This is what
This is my show now.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Let's just put it
pretty much he's making this 400th appearance.
Yeah.
And we only had 21 episodes, so put that together.
The goat's back.
Nice.
But Miss Lindsey, you're running for 62nd district,
62nd House District.
and what district is that exactly?
So it includes part of Chesterfield County, the Chester part, and all of Hopewell now with the redistricting, and the northwestern part of Prince George County.
Northwest Prince. See, I'm from Prince George, and
Okay.
now back when I was growing up, we had a Petersburg address, but now with all these South Prince George, North Prince, just with Chesterfield or whatever, is that a money thing or
No, I think it's just for the post office.
just for the post
They
office?
can figure out how to get you your mail.
Nah, they're still messing it up. But that's cool. So, what made you want to run?
There are a lot of things that made me want to run. I'm a mom of 2 young kids. My 8-year-old son, Grayson, he has autoimmune disorder, and it impacts his physical and mental health. And so after he got his diagnosis just over 2 years ago, we have constantly had to fight with our insurance company to cover the treatments that the doctors prescribed to him to help make him be healthy. And that has been an incredibly frustrating experience. And so I have connected with a lot of other families who share very similar struggles and have to decide on a daily basis whether they treat their children and help them get better or go broke in the process of paying for it out of pocket. And it's completely unacceptable. And so I'm interested on that side in changing the way that Virginia does business for families. And then on the other side, I have been a public servant for almost my entire professional career. I worked in nonprofits, juvenile justice, worked at a state art museum working on health outcomes for communities. And then now, for the last 2 years, have worked as a budget analyst for local government and love being involved with community in this way. And through every job that I've had, and I mean, honestly, through my personal life, truly believe that the things that I want to see change in the community and what I'm hearing from other people to be changed in the community are going to need to come from the state level and from our state representatives making those changes happen. And I don't feel like that's happening now with our current representation. So my husband looked at me one day, told me, go do something about it. So I'm running and really excited about it.
Now, with the healthcare, do you think it's because of the monopolies now? Because I'm not going to say I'm old, but I remember when I first started working, there were, you could pick your insurance.
Yeah.
And now with a lot of companies, it's just one set in stone. Now, is there a way to change that, or is that just how business is done now?
Well, so what's going to need to happen, the private companies won't be impacted necessarily, but what our state representatives can do is change the state health care plan to require coverage for families. And other states where this has happened across the country, typically then the private insurance companies will then start covering those same things in order not to create a disadvantage for people who don't have access to the state health care plan. And so that has kind of been the situation. So it's an imperfect system. It's not going to be made perfect by this, but it can be improved for sure. And that will start with coverage for things that insurance companies ultimately should be covering.
Okay. And you said you're a budget analyst for county government?
Mm-hmm.
And what exactly does that entail?
So, yeah, I work for Chesterfield County Government, and so I oversee a portfolio of departments, and all of my departments are community-facing, kind of are a reflection of what I have done previously in my life. So I have community corrections, I have social services, I have parks and recreation, and libraries. And I work with each of those departments on their current year budget, so you know, the revenues that they have coming in, the expenditures that they have going out, making sure they stay within that budget, but then also looking and taking community input on what the community wants to see these departments doing now and in the future, and then help them get to that place in the future. So specifically as it relates to money, but a lot of my departments, that involves programming, and so looking in and seeing what the community wants and then helping them provide that.
And how long you been with the county?
Just over 2 years.
Okay. I know I started with Chesterfield, I want to say late 2000. And just on Iron Bridge now, just from when I started, this is before the Wawa. I don't know if y'all know about Iron Bridge, but the Wawa wasn't there. And now it's like, yeah, it's like a whole other town within the town that's coming over there.
Yeah.
It's really growing.
During the day, there's a ton of people. I mean, the county has 4,000 employees.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of construction going on, and yeah, it's happening.
No doubt, no doubt. So, with your bio, you said that you support programs that invest in communities and saves taxpayer dollars. Can you go into detail on that?
Yeah, so I, you know, as I've been going out and talking with the community, everybody I have been speaking to are very interested in seeing different type of representation in Richmond. This is the first time in 27 years that the 62nd District is going to have the opportunity for a new voice. The current representative is retiring. We had some redistricting that happened from racial gerrymandering that made it a little bit more democratic and our constitutionally drawn lines. And on top of that, Sheila Bynum Coleman has run in this district 2 cycles previously, and has closed the gap amazingly, and has done a lot of community engagement and activism. And so this year, this district gets an opportunity to have a new voice and look at programs that previously haven't been even considered, or haven't, if they have been considered, haven't been allowed to the floor for a vote. To start changing outcomes and family lives. And so examples, looking at community college, providing that to our families and our students, to include, you know, not only like an associate's degree, but also the trade program. So 4-year college is not for everybody. You know, as we've gotten into kind of like this technological age and electronic age, there's huge value in working with your hands and, you know, realizing that the current pathways that our schools are pushing our kids are not necessarily what people want to do, and so making sure that that's included.
We had this conversation at work with the small, like the self-checkout. You know, you go to Walmart and you have 30 registers, but 2 open. Even before self-checkout, it was like that. But anyway. But now, even with those 2 lanes open, you'll still have the cashiers telling you to go to self-checkout. And I heard that the robots are coming, that the robots are going to actually restock the shelves. So it's going to be less and less jobs. And
doubt it.
I think the kids, they got to get into that blue-collar work. They got to start working on these machines, man, because the machines are taking over.
Even McDonald's now.
Yeah.
McDonald's now is...
It's a kiosk, right?
It's got your whole kiosk now.
It's up here now. I know I seen one in Hampton. I went fishing out there, and we went to breakfast that morning, and we went to the kiosk. It was just 2 ladies working in there, and they still messed the order up. You know, some things don't change. But yeah,
Computers won't fix everything.
Yeah.
They're taking over, man.
I went
And-
to the one in Williamsburg. No, that machine still had an attitude, just like the cash.
At least they make
Man.
it lifelike.
They didn't tell you to pull to the first parking space, did they?
Okay. It was just like, Lord, what you want? I was like, okay, all right, let me just hurry up. Let me hurry up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're taking over, man. It's like we need more blue collar. We need, like you said, trades. We need these kids. Like college, like it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people going to college for the same thing.
Yeah.
You're just flooding it up, man.
Saturating
Well,
the
working
field.
on. I mean, yeah. Everybody has a car, at least one.
Mm-hmm.
We need. I would love to learn how to work on a car.
I did it for 10 years. You good? Now, with that trade thing, you know, I was gonna get in. You know, Hopewell's going to year-round schools now.
Yeah.
Now, is there a trade school in Hopewell? I don't know.
So I don't think so. Most schools, they can have like a special piece part of it, and so I mean that also needs to be included in the K through 12, and so that when kids are coming up through school, they know that that's an option, and if that's an interest of theirs, they feel like they're being supported and have that skill set when they graduate, because you may be able to graduate high school if you've had that experience for the last 4 years in high school. Graduate and get a job right away that pays your bills. Like why wouldn't we be looking at those models? So like having specialty schools where people can specialize in various different areas. It's a interesting thing to consider.
I think with the year-round thing, but even though it's year-round, they said it's the same time off.
It is the same time. I mean, yeah, instructional days don't change. It's just breaking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So would it be like a few weeks at a time that they have off or something like that?
Yeah. So typically they get a longer summer break. I don't remember exactly. It's like 5 or 6 weeks. And then they go for 4 weeks, and then they have 2 weeks off, and then 4 weeks and 2 weeks off, and then the winter break is longer too. So yeah, I mean, and they found that the educational outcomes with that are better. And so why wouldn't we be considering that for every school?
Listen, I know with the summer off, you forget everything.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So.
But it's nice to have summers off too. I think that's what people hold on to, is that they remember that that's how things were when they were a kid. And, you get to go outside, you get to play, and you don't have any responsibilities, like with homework and stuff like that. But
Nowadays,
yeah,
they're not doing those same things that we were doing during the summer anyway.
Out there, just out.
electronic.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm from the country, so we just out in the yards, at the cousins' house playing basketball, football, and all that stuff.
My great grandma used to tell us go outside and don't come back in until
that's
I
what my
open the
mom
door.
said.
It
Drink
wasn't
by
even
the
outside;
nose.
it was all go outdoors. That was our thing,
But if I
man.
gotta go to the bathroom, you see that tree back there? We was all boys, so don't come in this house.
Drinking out the water hose.
And if you do go in the house, you taking a nap, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you can be running in and out.
Yeah.
Don't make any noise.
Speaking of Hopewell this week, I know y'all seen they're filming the Walking Dead spinoff.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a spin-off. I thought it was actual Walking Dead.
Well, yeah, they try to, they said Walking Dead, then spinoff was kind of
Oh, they
like,
tried. Oh,
yeah,
okay, dope.
But they had the plane out there. I seen they had a couple vehicles tossed up, and did they film overnight?
They did. Most of their filming was overnight. I went and saw the set, but I wasn't there for any of the filming.
You didn't try to be an extra?
No.
Oh.
I'm not as on.
I would have gave you a Snuff Magee shirt, just get that little exposure out there or whatnot.
I told my homeboy go out there and audition. He didn't even need no makeup. So you'd be perfect, sir. You'd be-
So how does that exposure work with the city? Like, do they give them a discount to film there, or is it a state thing? How does that work?
Honestly, I don't know. I think that, Hopewell has a lot of really great things going on for it right now. I don't know what the incentives were or if there were any, but it's really great exposure. And so, all the businesses that line downtown were, I think, open every single night that they were filming, and it brought a lot of people to Hopewell from, I think, all over the region.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, really great exposure outside of the incentive packages that may have been offered.
I'm gonna get you to pause for a second, Lindsay. So Kurt Autry, not a fan of the show. We don't care for Kurt, but anyway,
I'm not
It
gonna
is-
say what I normally say.
yeah, it is what it is. But he had posted about it this week, but it was a little shade at the end. He was posting how they were in the city filming or whatever, and then he said something about the fumes in Hopewell.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're We're not fans of Kurt. I'm sorry. The views of Snuff Magee do not represent Lindsey.
The campaign.
Yeah, we have disclaimers out here. Now, even before you come, we have disclaimers without politicians on the show because we get a little.
What he means is I get a little, and you know.
Hey man,
I'm
I ain't want to throw you up
Your
under that bus,
reputation
man.
precedes you.
I'm honest. That's all I'll say.
You know what? In Hopewell, can we just get some lights on that H? You know that big H to be in the middle of the meeting and
Yeah.
they didn't spend all that money building? Can we get some lights or
Yeah,
something?
they-
What was the purpose of the H?
I wanted. Who came up with the idea
Yeah.
like, yo, we need an H right here?
I've heard so many people talk about that. I don't know.
You know I'm always out the loop. I'm not from out here.
So look, when it's on Route 10, right? You know, Iron Bridge goes all the way into Hopewell, which goes all the way, you know, like Smithfield, down Virginia. But anyway, once you cross, I guess it's the James River.
Yeah.
It's a bridge going into Hopewell.
What is that? Appomattox.
Is that
Yeah,
Appomattox?
Appomattox, yep.
Yeah. But they meet. Don't they meet at City Point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little history lesson for you. But anyway, before you cross the bridge, it's like a big H before you get into the city.
This is where?
You can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't miss
It's like on the side of the road.
No,
Just-
It's like right in the middle.
Yeah.
it's in the median.
Metal
Really? It's a
scaffolding.
big
Yeah.
H.
It's a big silver metal H.
All right.
Yeah.
Like 2 stories tall. Maybe.
Right.
But they're setting us up for failure because they could be like, what does H represent? You know, it could be hope, it could be hell. And you know,
It could be a lot of things.
yeah. So H. It could have just put a hope instead of the word just hope. Just
Why not
that would've worked.
Hopewell?
yeah, just I don't know. That's what I'm
just
saying.
It's called Hopewell. Why not?
I never heard anybody say I'm in the H. I haven't.
Like Houston?
Henrico?
Harrisonburg.
Highland Springs?
Yeah, they could have did it like the love sign. You know how you got the love signs out here. They
No
could've put
doubt.
Hope. You know that would have been a good idea.
Nah, I even heard with that they made a move a few of them. They was complaining about that.
Oh my God! See, you just can't please people nowadays.
You can't, man. Prince George, you been out there?
I have been. I actually just went out knocking doors there last weekend.
Okay. Now it's not all of Prince George. You said Northwest.
Yeah, Northwest. So it's only one precinct. So it's not a huge portion. With the redistricting, we lost some of Prince George. We lost the small piece of Henrico that was previously there. We got more of Hopewell. So now all of Hopewell is represented by this seat, whereas before it was broken up.
I'm assuming Northwest is kind of like right off of 10, like right at
It's
Hopewell.
like right there,
Okay, no
south of
doubt.
Hopewell.
Now jobs in the area. How do you feel about that? Do you think we have some factories out here. We got some out there. I wouldn't say Petersburg. I would say the Prince George area.
Yeah.
Hopewell still has their plants as well.
Yeah.
But how is the unemployment in this area?
So, I think statewide unemployment's low, but, what I have been hearing and what I have been seeing is that there are still a lot of people who have to have multiple jobs in order to make ends meet. And, that I think is a mischaracterization of the unemployment rate. If you can't have a full-time job and afford basic bills like your mortgage or childcare or food and all of those things, then we're not doing something right.
No doubt. Now, we had our Carrie on a few episodes ago, and you're running against her for the district.
Yeah.
How's your relationship?
So we see each other pretty regularly at events. She's very involved and active in the community. I feel like I am as well. And, this election is going to be, an opportunity for 2 women to run and to represent the community. My biggest concern is, since I am running as a Democrat, that I would love for more of the community to be represented and be heard. And I don't feel like that's happening now under Republican leadership, and I don't know if that will change if the House and the Senate don't flip and we still have business as usual up in Richmond. And I think that is one of my bigger concerns.
Well, the whole Republican versus Democrat thing is, it kind of baffles me because everybody's working together, but at the same time they make it seem as if they're not working together.
They're supposed to work together.
Now with the Republicans, you're saying, with the conservative thing, helping out in the community.
Yeah.
Now with the Democratic Party, what are you saying? what are you all trying to do that they're not trying to do?
Well, so I mean, I think basically, at the very basic level, we should be allowing votes on the floor, and we should be getting representatives on record saying that they do or do not support whatever it is that they're voting on, and we can't even have that right now because bills can't get out of committee. And so it's difficult for voters to be able to hold their representatives accountable if they don't have a voting record on things. More importantly, there are plenty of issues, like healthcare reform or the ERA being passed, where women are equal under the law. We can't even get a vote on it, and so that's not working together to me. If people can't even vote on simple legislation. Okay.
And you're going to be at Bad tomorrow.
I am going to be at Bad tomorrow.
She was shooting hoops, man, last month, man.
Did you beat him?
The jumper was wet. Look, first of all, we talked before the show. We weren't going to talk about that, Kel. Before you showed up. We weren't going to talk about it. Remember,
she took his knees.
Huh?
She took his knees, ladies and gentlemen.
Underestimated. Key word. Underestimated. But we appreciate you coming on the show. If you want to tell your people to check the show out, tell them to check out the first 20 minutes just in case, because we might,
it's gonna change.
It's gonna change up a little bit.
It's gonna be real life.
Yeah, I like that. Hashtag real.
Yeah.
Mike J in the building, man. What's going on?
Hello, sir.
Making your second appearance, man. I appreciate it.
This is great. And I always love coming down here, man. This is really the dungeon. I like this, man. This is good. This is a good setup. I was wondering if you had some room so I could sleep in here.
I told you the Airbnb is available.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just got to set it up on the app. But right now I got to cash out and PayPal. We'll talk after the show, man.
Okay, got you.
But the Blacktop, man. How you doing?
Man, loving it, man. I took a hiatus from it. For those who don't know, it pretty much started off as a podcast in 2012, and I was living in New Orleans. Shout out to the 504. You heard me. I'm like, man, y'all need a hearing aid or something. Can you not hear me? No, but I was living in New Orleans. I'm originally from Texas. I was born in Houston, so I was raised here in Petersburg. But it was nice to be, back near the family, and I always had a radio dream. So. I did some research online and found this little site called Blog Talk Radio, and put up $100 a month. Just started doing, calling in on my phone and just doing a podcast, talking about sports, hip hop, comedy, life, community issues, everything. And it just really became a lot of fun, and I always had a dream of making it into an actual radio show. And 101.1 The Fam here in Richmond gave me the opportunity to bring it on the air for them, and we do it each and every Wednesday night. And I mean, it's kind of like a morning show, just in prime time hours. You know? So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. Loving it.
Now, how many of y'all are on with the crew on the Blacktop?
So it's 3 of us. It's myself, my co-host Amber J, no relation, except when she get paid, and we really related. But she's on the show. She's actually from TMZ, so she does reports out there. And then DJ Worldwide is our DJ. He's quote unquote the line dance prince of VA. He does line dance classes.
Oh yeah.
And believe it or not, like at first I was just like, okay, that's it. But it's really successful.
Oh, it's big. I seen people post.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And he's connected, and I didn't know it was a lot of line dance like coordinators out there in the nation. And I looked him up on YouTube. Man, got so many different followers. He's actually in partnership with Carnival, and now he does line dance cruises.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
bag is secured.
Yeah.
Man.
I think that's safe to say.
Sure did. And his background's so awesome because he came out of the system. He got locked up, and he came out and he just told him, I don't want to work. I want to do something that's good for me. And he loved to dance. He always loved music, so that's what got him into DJing. And next thing you know, he started doing line dance classes for a lot of the older, the elderly people, to get them active and, just get their spirits up. And then eventually young people caught on to it. Next thing you know, now it's every Monday night in Southside Richmond. He does classes for only $2. Yep. So, yeah. But that's us. That's the wild and crazy crew, man. Shout out to them.
Now, with your material, do y'all is it a collective effort, or is it like you might have something and you might text like, we gonna talk about this Wednesday?
So yeah, we every Sunday we pretty much get in a little group chat and we just write down some ideas because we do it once a week. So it's so much that happens in a week. We kind of water it down and just narrow it down to what's really important and what we feel like we want to talk about. So Amber does news, of course. With her having ties to TMZ, she hears everything. Yeah. And, when it comes to celebrity news, entertainment news, that's the aspect of it. And then for me, comedy, so I'm kind of like the witty guy. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about real life issues, love, relationships, community, money, anything, being, black community issues as well, politics as well. So we invite it all, and then worldwide, he's a big sports guy. So he brings that element to the show. But all in all, we really incorporated to make it a good time. No doubt. That's my purpose in comedy, is for everybody to just, understand we all have a long week. We got a lot of demanding things, throughout our life. Just to take a minute or 2 hours or, a 30-minute set, whatever the case may be, just escape and laugh about it. Mm-hmm. That's my whole goal, man. So,
no doubt, man. It's like, even with here, we have, Lindsey on the show or other politicians or people doing it for community. But at the end of the day, I want it to be a fun atmosphere.
Right.
I mean, we're going to talk serious, but at the same time, let's try to humanize it. Have a little fun or whatnot.
Absolutely. Comedy brings people together, I think it's just, because no matter what level or no matter how much you make, no matter what your job position is, we all go through real life at the end of the day. We all have struggled at some point. We all have went through a heartbreak, an issue, and just to be human and all come together and laugh about it, it's an amazing thing. So.
Now, do you notice with comedy that you you try to find a funny situation and everything?
So it probably explains why I'm single right now. I try not to, but it's almost like conditioned. Mm-hmm. It's like once you get into stand-up and telling jokes, especially when you're basing it off of your real life, it's like, man, if you can find the humor in that, it's like now your brain is like, okay, where's the punchline at it? Mm-hmm. Certain things you kind of got to learn to take seriously. There's certain things in comedy you just do not try to make a joke out of. Yeah. Me, it's like, when it comes to, a death, anybody that's, no longer with us, I stay away from because I don't want them problems. I can't fight. My job gives no health benefits. Okay? All right. But, certain things, to kind of stay away from. But all in all, that's pretty much what comedy is doing.
No doubt. And you have a special event coming up tomorrow, man.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So, Off the Rip is a comedy and improv showcase. And we've been doing this since November of last year. Mm-hmm. And we were so scared because we were just like, man, we're here in Petersburg, and Petersburg never really had a comedy show consistently, So the good folks at Plaza Mexico believed in us. And shout out to them. They're on Crater Road. And, he was just like, okay, we can try this out and see how it goes. And our first show, took off. Next thing you know, we started bringing in some headline talent as well. People from the Funny Bone, people from out of state as well. One of the guys we brought in, Mark Caesar, he's one of Kevin Hart's comedians. Mm-hmm. So he was able to come through and bless us with it. He's from New Orleans as well. So, but yeah, we've just been growing and growing since. And then also, not just headlining talent, but it's a lot of funny people around here in the city. Mm-hmm. And somebody may be out there that's maybe trying to get into comedy, but necessarily don't think they have a chance, too, because they feel like you have to know somebody in order to get in, or you have to have some type of connection. So for me, it's like, if you think you're funny, come on, it's open door policy, you bring some people to the show with you, come on stage, we'd love to hear from you. So, but it's taking off. So tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. is free if you bring a school supply. because I wanted to use this platform to give back to the kids, man. And I know how it feels to pretty much have no school supplies. It's been a couple school years. I had to borrow everything.
Yeah.
Pencil, notebook, paper, clothes, everything, man. So just to be able to use the platform to give back to the kids of Petersburg and Richmond and throughout the 804, that's pretty much what we're doing here. So, we're giving back through laughter, having a good time, and supporting these people that's going to grow up and change this community one day. So, yeah.
No doubt, man. And what's the lineup for tomorrow?
Oh, man. So, starring is my man Jay Smooth. He's performed with Gary Owens in Las Vegas. He's performed with J. Anthony Brown, George Wallace. He's performed with I think his name is Iglesias. Gabriel. Yep, Gabriel Iglesias. He's that's my guy, man. So he's got some years in the comedy game. So for him to come on down, and he lives in Prince George.
Okay.
So he gonna be voting for you. That's that. There you go. But we got him starring. We got my man Vino Baker from the 757. He's in the Tidewater area doing big things. He performs at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone a lot. We got 2 female comedians, and past shows we only were able to get one because, sad to say, it's not a lot of female comedians here, and then it's not a lot of funny female comedians, but these 2 definitely are hilarious. So Wendy Lee.
Not playing that. Go ahead.
But her name is Wendy Lee. She's performed at the DC Improv a couple times. The other one is TQ. She's just starting out, so this will be her first actual book show.
Oh, no doubt.
So I'm excited to see what she's bringing, but she's got some great support behind her. And then, of course, we got my man D-Lo from the Richmond Funny Bone. So he just finished performing at the Funny Bone. I think it was last week with Jay Ron and Lazarus Hamlin. So he did a great job. So this is going to be an epic show. And then performing is Petersburg's own. I think she's from Petersburg, Prince George, or something like that. So her name is Love Joy.
Oh, yeah, Love Joy was here a few episodes ago. Yeah, Petersburg's own, yeah.
So she'll be performing. And DJ Var, he does the comic shop.
Okay.
He puts on a comedy show in the barbershop.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, it's dope. Yeah.
Oh, you really got to bring it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the challenge is you can't laugh while he's lining up your hairline. So,
Well, people, my thing, I was writing something on that, too. People don't laugh anymore. They just say words. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm weak.
Yeah. You wild as a bitch.
LMAO. I'd be like, you spelling it out, sir? Really? Just laugh, brother. Just laugh. But it's going to be an epic event. So 7:30, again, is free if you bring a school supply. If you don't bring a school supply, it's only $5. So come get your laugh on.
And it's not far from the Walmart. So, some people say they laugh at the house. Stop it. Look, go to the Walmart. They got sales going on.
Right.
It's back to school time.
There's a Walgreens next door. I mean, it's plenty of opportunity out there for you to bring and give back, because there's so many people around here that complain about the community. This is your opportunity to do something about it,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this one. This is gonna be great.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And y'all gonna keep it each month? I know we talked before the show that the goal is to, spread out.
Absolutely. So we're gonna keep it each month. We're looking to branching out in the Tidewater area, hopefully DC as well. We would love to go to DC. Chocolate City is amazing. And take it nationwide, hopefully, to where we touch a different, a location once a month. So that would be a great opportunity for us. And and hopefully we actually got a 1-year anniversary coming out in November this year. So we're looking to celebrate it at the Richmond Funny Bone.
No doubt, man.
Yes, sir.
That'll be love.
That would be love.
Mike stood me up, man. He had a DC gig, so I mean,
yeah. Here comes the shade.
I say that to say this. I mean, it was a beautiful thing, man. When he was like, he had the DC book, and I'm like, fuck, dude, we can reschedule.
I'm not better than DC. I'm not good enough.
Oh no, it was nothing like that. Like, how was like on the road, man? How was that?
Gosh. So That was my first time performing at this place, DC Draft House Comedy. Not too far away from U Street.
Oh yeah.
In DC. And I want to say, I enjoy performing here in Virginia, but that crowd there is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. And the great thing about it is it was so many different colors and backgrounds in that audience to where I could say a joke and everybody got it.
Yeah.
On it. And it was just like, wow, like, you never know how much we really have in common, Because I guess we figure, well, you this color, you from this place, you don't know nothing about this, man. And, like, everybody was, on it. So it was great, man. It was awesome. Shout out to, it's called Attack of the Comics, and they doing it every Friday, and they asked me to come and feature. So big shout out to Haywood Turnip Seed. That's his real name. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but yeah, big shout out to him, man. He gave me a lookout, so I love it, man. I hopefully I'll get to come back to DC because that's epic, man. I feel like if you ever want to make it in comedy, DC is a good start.
And you said also, I know, what was it? Not long ago, you went to Charlotte as well. Mm-hmm. Now, is there a difference, Southern to DC, which is kind of like in the middle?
So I would say the biggest difference down south, they take religion very seriously. So like up north, you could be kind of, like in DC and other places, you kind of toe that line a little bit.
Yeah.
Not down south. Nuh-uh. Don't you ever put Jesus in your jokes, okay? All right,
Better watch out, boy.
Yeah. Because they will come for you and come for you quick. And I'm actually going back down to Charlotte, actually next month, September 26th, and they have a third annual comedy festival there, and I'm honored to be a part of it. This is actually my first comedy festival.
No doubt.
I'm excited.
Any nerves right now? Or?
I'm super nervous.
That's every time. That's every time, though, right?
Every time.
Yeah.
If you're not nervous before you hitting the stage, something's wrong.
Like you don't care.
Yeah.
Now, being that you've been in the game for a while now, is it the crowd or is it like you just the delivery of the material for you?
It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
So I think it's both. I think the crowd, because I'm kind of an introvert. So like after I get off stage, it's so weird because most comics get off stage and then everybody's face, hey, follow me. This me. I go in the corner.
That's what tripped me out. Like I mean, when I first met Mike at the plot, like he was just reserved. Mm-hmm. Then he get on stage and it's kind of like the Prince, kind of like Prince. You know what I mean? This is all Purple Rain on stage, but like
computer blue.
But behind the scenes is like super crazy, man.
It's wild, man. And honestly, like I never thought I'd be a stand-up comedian because I never thought I was that funny, But I was just like, I go through real life every day, and there's something in there that's you gotta laugh about. So
hey, you killing them, dude.
Yeah,
you were killing them, man.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate what you're doing for the city. Mm-hmm. I mean, we big Eddie fans, so the road is like I'm just gonna have the raw song in my head every night before I go on stage or whatever, regardless if I bomb or not. I'm just gonna have that mentality. The road's got to be dope, man.
Absolutely.
And just keep doing what you're doing. And you're being humble right now. You don't want to bring up the carnival thing.
Bring him up.
Bring up the carnival thing, man.
Shit, man.
Come on, man.
All right, so he's forcing me to be that guy. So I'll start off next week. Next week is the Virginia Beach Comedy Festival, first annual. I'll be a part of that. I'll be performing at 12:30 p.m., which is early for black people, because we don't wake up till 1 o'clock.
Still got some cold on the eye.
Yeah, so I'll be a little sleepy-eyed, but I'll be ready. Okay, but shout out to them. And then in September 20th through the 23rd, I'll be on a Carnival cruise ship doing comedy from Miami to the Bahamas.
I wish we had a clap button right now.
I know, right?
A clap button.
Just salute, man. The Carnival cruise, man.
That's big, bro.
It's awesome, man, because I never been on a ship before.
Even if you, it's not gonna happen. But even if you have a bad set, you're on a cruise ship, man.
Drink it away.
You can't fail. You can't fail, and you're getting paid. I mean, good Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's gonna be an experience. To be on a cruise ship for the first time, I can see so much material coming. So that's gonna be fun, man. And I never took a vacation before. I've always worked like my entire life, and then like it was at a point where I've never really got to take vacation. I always used to watch my friends take vacations and post pictures of it, and I used to comment on it and be like, F you. My vacation was to the mailbox and back.
You know what I mean?
So, you know, for me, like to get the opportunity from sleeping in the back of a car, man, to actually going out here on a cruise ship and enjoying yourself, man, and doing what you love to do, I'm definitely grateful of the opportunity, and I thank God every day for it.
I guess no better than that, man. Like I said, you're doing your thing.
Appreciate it.
The cruise ship, the road life. There's a possibility this could be the last appearance for Mike J on the way.
The ever graduate that's blessing.
Yeah. It's going to get, the hello where it's like you don't know this number or whatnot. Like, yo, Snuff. Why? Let me hit you right back.
And it's crazy because you had my mentor on your show, Bam Bam, Michael Bam Bam.
Oh, man.
And he's doing a lot of great things in the community, too. So we relate so much, man, and it's crazy how we first met because he saw me at the Funny Bone for the first time. I was just opening. I just got a guest spot opportunity, and he took me under his wing. He said, man, I see so much of me in you, and I want you to be better than me. I said, boy, you sound like a father. But, shout out to him, man, because he's been working with me. He's been teaching me the ropes. He hasn't been writing for me. But he's just been teaching me about, how to sell yourself, the business side of comedy, because we're so focused on telling jokes. We don't really understand that there's a business to this, too, as well. You got to market yourself exactly right to get people on board. So shout out to him, man.
No doubt. Bam's a good dude, man. Dope episode, man. He was dropping gems. Like, I just let it roll. Man. Sometimes you just sit back. Yo.
That's the sensei.
My job is easy, man.
Yeah.
The guests make this show. I might say like 2 words here and there. But, keep doing your thing, man.
Will do.
Please come back,
Of course.
After the Carnival Cruise, we don't know.
Of course. I'm sleeping here. What are you talking about?
He don't mean he can be on the show.
Yeah. Like I said,
Oh, y'all want me to get out? All right. I'll be back down.
No doubt. And, Kel,
You're,
I can't call it, man.
I can't call it.
How's it been going, man?
I can't call it. Hey man, I've been on here more than I've been on I Can't Call It here lately. So, I thank y'all for listening to our podcast and watching our show.
Hey,
Kel and Snuff Magee and friends.
the banner's coming. It's on the way.
Yeah. I ordered it last week.
Yeah, it's I think it's Amazon. It's not Prime. It's just regular Amazon.
Yeah, it's just regular Amazon.
Yeah.
We couldn't get the Prime on
But it wasn't the it was the third party. So I mean it may be
it'll be here by like November or something like that. One of these days. I'm sure I'll be here plenty more times before then.
No doubt. Hey, look, man, I'm not since I'm bigging everybody up, man. Before you came, I let them know. Kel brings it every time, man. So when I know when Kel's coming, I have nothing to worry about. I might not even write any notes next time, man.
Well, today I was very interested in the guest that we were having today, so I have taken a more reserved role up till now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let go.
you were fantastic. You were fantastic. I'm fantastic.
There you go. Talk your stuff, big dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna always do that. No, but on a serious note, I Can't Call It. We'll be back soon. I finally, if you listen to anytime I'm on this show, I'm putting out an APB for my co-host Tone. I finally got in contact with him. I finally found him, and he promised me I Can't Call It. We'll be back in the next couple of weeks.
No doubt.
So y'all, please be on the lookout for that. On Instagram, follow us at I Can't Call It Podcast. We are on the same platforms as Snuff, YouTube, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google. Go back, catch up. That way, when we start anew, you right there with us, man. We really appreciate all the love.
Binge. Today's word is binge.
Binge, definitely. Please.
Yeah.
But we're gonna enter Irrelevance in the Dungeon. Lindsey, at your own risk,
It's all good.
But I'm gonna start it off, man. Jay-Z in the NFL.
I knew it. I felt like that was coming.
Oh, it's coming, man. Cause I got a little TMZ in me too, man. I heard today that they said pretty soon Jay-Z will own part of an NFL team.
Yeah, a majority
Yeah.
of an NFL team.
Now, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this, Lindsey. You got a lot going on with your communities and whatnot.
A little bit.
But I'm into the my culture, pop culture, all that stuff. And what happened was, you're aware of Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
It's been 3 years this week that he's not been in the NFL.
Yep.
And supposedly Jay-Z for the last year has been working with the NFL to get a deal together. But also during the Super Bowl, it's been said that he didn't want to do the Super Bowl. Now, from what I'm hearing, I could be wrong. You know, I'm just Snuff Magee. But they're saying that it was for Kaepernick because he wasn't, you know, in the league or whatnot.
Yeah.
But the whole time behind the scenes, they're working a deal with the NFL.
It makes sense to me, though.
It makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
It makes it so. Let me see if I can articulate this the right way. What Jay-Z did was show his power at that moment. Okay, yes, we're working on this deal, but in order to get this deal done, he needed to show who he was and the value that he had. He legitimately cost the NFL money. Say what you want to say, it still had, you know, millions of viewers, but he cost them money. They could not get the musical acts that they wanted. And now he's in charge of all entertainment for the NFL. What that does is puts him in a seat where, we want these artists. We want this person to perform at the Super Bowl. We want this person to perform at halftime. These qualifications have to be met if you want my people. I think that's a I don't see the error in that. I don't see the wrong in that.
I mean, with that, that's cool. But you didn't talk to Cap. You know, Eric Reed and Cap are not with it. I mean, not saying that he should have talked to Cap. Not saying that at all. But when you made this deal, you said, instead of taking a knee, let's help out millions and millions.
I think he definitely should have talked to Cap.
He
I
said-
think he should have got some type
Why?
of... Because, I mean, if you're going to say, I'm not performing because you haven't given Kaepernick a job, and now all of a sudden you closing the deal. Not to say Cap should have been a big influence, but to let him know, hey, man, this is why I'm taking this deal. And explain it to Cap. Because if you keep him out of the loop, now Cap's back thinking, like, man, are you about the money or are you about the message?
But who cares? He can think that, like, sometimes people are not going to always see what you're doing. I don't really need to explain it to you. I need to put it into fruition. And sometimes that requires moves that people don't understand. I mean, let's not act like Kaepernick didn't get some money from the NFL, too.
Of course.
Yeah,
Some
but-
people can say that was a cop-out.
But at the same time, was that a cop-out or was it the fact that your employer owed you that?
Well, I'm not saying one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's right or wrong.
I'm not, with the whole Jay thing, I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying something, it seems a little fishy. That's all I'm saying. Now, reason I'm saying that is because when he said, let's help millions and millions, now are you trying to help or was it a power move? Call it what
Two
it is.
things can be true. It
Two-
can be both.
It could be both, but at the same time, it was a power move all the way.
It can still be both. So, yes, it can be a power move, but it could be a move to help so many people. Like he said, I know some people don't like the phrase that when he said we're past kneeling. But at the end of the day, we are. Some action needs to be taken. All these people respect this money. Let's keep it real. They didn't respect you for kneeling. You know, they tolerated some people kneeling, and what happened to Kaepernick happened. And unfortunately, he had to be a sacrificial lamb in the process.
But what did Jay-Z sacrifice in the whole deal?
Why did he have to sacrifice?
He can't, I mean...
Once again, Colin Kaepernick sacrificed. There's steps to everything.
So at least if he's a sacrificial lamb, talk to him.
Bro, no, he don't have to.
He didn't have to, but at the same time, by him not talking to him, he's gonna rub him the wrong way.
You think he cares how people view him, or you think he cares about the end result more?
Well, he's
even
not gonna
with
care
that-
because the money's gonna talk. But at the same time, don't say that you speak for the people.
Exactly.
Don't say you speak for the people if it's about the money.
Or don't even bring up Cap's
Two
name.
things can be true again. You can be for the people and still about the money. I think people forget that often. Like, it's still a business, dog. Like, he still has to do the best business
course.
move that can benefit. You can't benefit people without money.
But let's not act like he ain't got it.
Yeah, of course he has money.
Yeah.
But he didn't have that seat either.
You think he has that seat?
I think he has the potential to get it. That's the thing. It's chess, not checkers.
Yeah, it's chess, but
He has the potential to get it. He's closer than anybody else.
I'll give you that. He's close, but
A lot of times we like to talk.
what did he sacrifice? Did he sacrifice? You know,
Right now he's sacrificing his reputation because all of y'all are doubting him. That's a big thing.
Well, I mean, with me, it's like just because he made that move, I'm not like, well, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he may, but at the same time, with me, let me see the end result.
Well, you have to wait if you're going to
Well,
see the result. We have to reserve our comments.
I'm not going to reserve. I'm going to have an opinion off top. It looks fishy. It looks Snuff. Nah, pause. But now, I mean, to me, it just looks a little fishy, man. But like you say, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. In reality, I do understand both sides of it. But I feel like Jay-Z is a person who's proven enough for us to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I do understand both sides of it. Don't think I'm just advocating and saying, no, 100%, he's right. Everything he's doing is right. No, I'm not saying that.
But, they'll speak out against, I play devil's advocate.
Right.
They speak out against Trump when the majority of the NFL owners support Trump.
That's a fact.
Jay-Z is cool with Robert Kraft,
That's a fact.
who has been a supporter of Donald Trump as like Tom
Close
Brady.
friends, yeah.
So, with the whole Rob Kraft Meek Mill thing, Jay was able to slide in on that. And then they was beating with Goodell for over a year.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that you can affect change without affecting the people that you're trying to
No, sometimes you have to use the people to create the change.
And do you not think he's using these people?
We shall see.
Of course. Of course.
He a hustler first, man.
Of course.
Hov a hustler. That's one thing I know.
That's what he said on this song.
He's a capitalist.
His track record has proven that.
Yeah.
That Billy has proven that.
Lindsey's rather quiet right now.
I'm enjoying the conversation.
Oh, okay. I just figured you was a whole fan and you was thinking I was getting out of pocket or something.
And that's the thing. Like I said, it's not one way or the other, man. Hov, he just, I trust him. I give him the benefit of the doubt enough.
I just hope it's for the reasons that he first stated upon. If your first initial response was, I don't want to be a part of the NFL's movement because social injustice is more important to me, then you need to stand on that.
He said that.
He said that.
That is a Jay-Z quote.
And you need not to toe the line on that. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're standing on, you're making these moves based upon that. Granted, get your money, definitely. But at the same time, you let the people know this is the reason why. Carry on with it.
You can't always let the people know, man. Sometimes.
And that's where he faulted at.
But you can't always. Sometimes that jeopardizes what you're doing.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't. So it went from he's in control of all NFL entertainment. That's pretty much what it was. Is that right? Mm-hmm. To now he's going to possibly be owning the majority of a team. That's important. How many black owners are there in the NFL?
It's a secret society, man. So, but at the same time, that owner stuff is suspect. Because remember when he said he owned the Nets, and we found out that was some BS or whatever.
No, that was people. He never said he fully owned the
Nah,
Nets.
he was a face. He was a face.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
that's business.
Is he the face now?
Diddy's the face of Ciroc. He don't own Ciroc.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Oh, I thought it was what was it, Ciroc Obama? That's what it is.
I'm 100%. Ciroc was a bottom shelf liquor at first until they got with Diddy.
Well, that's what another article I was reading about the cheap grapes or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that later. Let's change it up, Lindsey. Look, how about this? Toy Story 4 is the 5th movie this year by Disney to make $1 billion.
Jesus, really?
The 5th movie. And I got a list. Checked it twice. Toy Story 4, Avengers Endgame,
Classic.
Lion King,
Haven't seen it.
Captain Marvel,
Classic.
Aladdin.
Classic.
Haven't seen
5. I'm sorry, what?
It. Haven't seen any.
You need
What, not one of
you
the
need some
5?
chill time.
But you have kids.
I do have kids.
She out here working.
Did you just give her
You
the
have sons.
You gave her the guilt trip? Did you?
I'm just saying, she has sons that you haven't seen Avengers. I'm hurt. The child in me is hurt.
You haven't seen Avengers Endgame?
My husband tried to take me, but I just couldn't do it.
What?
Well, has he seen it at least?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've probably
all
seen
right.
like 5 times.
I feel no way about that. I mean, baby, I offered it. It's Endgame. Peace.
Yeah, you either going or you're not, and I'm asking you from the car. Either you gonna get in or I'm out. It's that simple.
Hey, look, I'm in line now.
That's what he
Is
did.
you?
Hey, meet me up here. I'm at the concession line. What's up? I got a ticket for you,
Yo,
but I mean, hey, I just see it twice.
You want butter on your popcorn? I'm here.
I'm at home. Oh, all right, well.
But I say that to say this: is it a monopoly right now with Disney? Because look, they're coming for Netflix now with the Disney Plus.
Now, it's been a monopoly.
I'm just saying now they're really with the acquisition of Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, they really taking the game over.
It's getting
It
there.
knows everything, man.
And here's the thing, coming this year, we got another Star Wars. We got Maleficent 2. We got Frozen 2. That's possibly 3 more $1 billion movies this year.
Of course.
Not even possible. They gonna
Yeah.
Of course.
And they would have had Spider-Man as well, but it's a joint venture with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
They can't.
Sony ain't letting that up. Sony is not letting that up.
Disney is crazy right now, man.
They done bought the WWE wrestling, and that's a big
Oh,
prize as
they
well.
did?
Disney
Yep.
did?
Yep. They bought the WWE. So, actually, they bought them a couple of years ago because I remember they had WrestleMania at Disney World at one point.
Oh.
Yeah, in Orlando. So that's a power move. And then they bought Marvel. I mean, phew,
They have
Man.
Avatar.
yeah,
That's not even here yet.
right.
Even though I think it's an
That's not coming
overrated movie to me. That's just my opinion. I'm not an Avatar fan.
I enjoyed it. I don't think part 2 is ever coming out though.
They got, matter of fact, they're filming back to back.
I don't care. They've been saying it. I ain't think it's coming out. If we talking about, I give you $100.
I feel some type of way about them because they're actually against Deadpool. They don't like the fact that that's a rated R,
I
comic
heard
book
that
movie.
I heard that.
and that's my
It's
favorite.
producing though.
Right,
It's
it makes money.
well, back in Disney used to have other names for like Touchstone Pictures. Y'all remember that? That was
Yeah.
like a Disney company or whatever. So they can always produce it under another
Right.
studio and still get that money. But the fact that everybody knows that all of Marvel pretty much belongs to them, which is why with Wolverine, I don't know. I don't know if I want another Wolverine.
No,
It's like Hugh Jackman, like kind of like with Robert Downey. I can't see another Iron Man.
no, not at all.
That's how I feel about all superhero movies. I just can't do it
Yeah.
anymore.
That's why I don't like Batman. It's too many different faces.
I thought Affleck was a good Batman. I'm by myself on
You
that.
can go
You are by
outside.
yourself.
I know this your place. You
Yo!
can go outside with
You
that.
do, yeah.
No, it was a bad script. It was a bad
It
story.
was a bad script, a bad suit,
Affleck.
a bad actor,
No.
a bad day,
Every
a bad
single
shoot.
movie that he's in is terrible.
What? You didn't like the town?
Hey, but you know what?
You didn't
though?
like the town?
I like the accountant in Daredevil.
But he's. I feel like he's the same guy in every movie.
I know.
Yeah.
Like there's no. It's just Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
He's a better director than actor. I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
I would.
Have you seen Gone Baby Gone?
No.
No,
The Town. He directed The Town.
I've seen that.
He directed what's the one where they was overseas with the reporter? Argo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a pretty good director, man.
So
Needs
who
to stick with that.
who is the greatest Batman of all time?
Christian Bale.
Hell nah. That's your youth, man. Michael Keaton.
First of all, it was a joke. Relax.
I hated it. I didn't even like his voice.
Think his feelings got hurt. But he was in the best Batman movie though.
Very true.
Which one?
Whatever the one Bane is.
Bane was better than
The
Yes.
Joker.
the
Yes.
Joker one?
Bane is. I'm a Marvel fan. But
I did
Bane
like
is
the
my
Bane one.
favorite
Yeah.
villain probably.
Bane fucked him up. I'm sorry, Lindsay. The reviews and stuff. Do not represent Lindsay, but yeah, I think that the Heath Ledger one out of that series was the best. But I'm still the one with Jack Nicholson. The one with Jack Nicholson, man, it's special to me, man. With Michael Keaton, who was the best Batman and the best Beetlejuice.
He was the best Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Beetlejuice too, man. I'm a big Beetlejuice fan.
Keep waiting. Keep waiting for Avatar.
I'll get Beetlejuice before Avatar.
I believe it. I believe it. You'll get Beetlejuice on Leap Year.
You'll
then
get the
you
Addams
Avatar
family
on
before you get that.
Yo, they actually got an Addams Family coming, man.
Yeah.
Do they?
It's like I want to say it's animated or
Yeah,
one of those
it's animated. It's
Pixar like or
You
whatnot.
said
Addams Family. Yep.
I can do without
It's
that.
reboot season.
Nah, I just
They rebooting everything.
Nobody has an original idea anymore.
No. They're playing on the millennial.
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the millennial.
even with
nostalgia.
all these Predators they got coming out
I stopped a long time ago.
after Danny Glover, I like that one, but that's it,
Danny Glover's always. I like old Danny Glover, but then old Danny Glover, like when he got old, it's always weird to me. I don't
Yeah.
I thought he was always old.
know. That's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He was
Yeah.
17 in kindergarten. So.
Speaking of Morgan, man, did you hear the trailer for the new Dave Chappelle
No.
stand-up special? Matter of fact, it's this month. I want to say August 28th.
Oh,
He's
wow.
dropping on Netflix, taking over the game. Look, Disney,
Netflix
but Disney's
is
coming,
right
but Netflix they got their guard up.
Netflix
They do.
is smart cornering the comedy market, though. 'Cause that's gonna keep them in the game.
Of
Yeah.
course.
They have good comedy.
You know, Ed was offered the money. I ain't heard no more about it.
70 million.
Yeah.
When I saw him on Coffee, comedians were getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. He said he was coming back.
But he been saying that since the 90s,
I don't
man.
care. I don't care. He said it with Jerry Seinfeld, so I'm going to believe him.
I heard Mike J's open up, man. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept, man. He don't want to put it. He don't want to put it all out there, man. But yeah, I hope so. I don't care what the tickets are. If it's anywhere, Charlotte, Atlanta, DC, Philly, Baltimore, I'm there.
I'm in there. I gotta be.
No doubt, man. I want to touch on the Philly situation from the other day. Did you hear about that?
Maybe.
Guy shot 6 policemen. He was 36. He was on a narcotics warrant. They went in for that. And the mayor called out the NRA on that. Are they going to respond?
Fill me in. Who shot them?
It was a black guy. 36. He was had a lot of charges. Even Trump spoke on it. Yeah.
And they called the NRA out on it?
Well, the mayor did. The mayor called out the NRA saying that, he was a felon with a gun or whatever.
It was a black person. They're not going to say anything.
No, they're not.
Man, why would they respond to that?
Well, that's just like with the Trump thing when Trump was like, this guy shouldn't even been free, and all that stuff.
Neither should you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
A whole hypocrite out here. I never seen this much craziness go on, and I'm sure in past centuries or whatever the case may be, it's probably been even crazier than this. But
I'm pretty sure it was. But
yeah, I'm sure. But it's just like at some point he's got to own up to the blame of this because his nature incites this. All these, supporters of his, they are thriving off the fact that pretty much his stance is, if you look at past, events that he's shown up to, he'll literally get on stage and incite a riot. Yeah, get his, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or people would say some like out of pocket stuff,
right?
And he'll just be like, he'll want to check him,
But why would he ever have to own up to that?
And here's the thing, he's going
Nothing's
to.
gonna make him.
This is me talking again. When he gets out, because I don't know if he's going to do the 8, but it's the way people, they're undercover voters out there,
I feel like that.
And after he gets out, he's going to be like, man, I played everybody. Because he's making everybody so much money right now. These media markets, even the people who's against him, like your DLs and all them people, he's making everybody money because he's giving everybody ammunition. He's giving people stuff to talk about every day.
Yeah.
New York Times, all this stuff. Everybody's booming right now.
I give him credit for one thing. He's making people have to pick a side. You're starting to see people's true colors under his regime. Either you are for the people or you're not for the people. You know what I'm saying? Are you, stuck in the past centuries and days of, slavery, racism, all that? Or are you progressive with the rest of us to where we trying to make a better future for, other people coming up? I'm talking about white people.
What the whole progression thing, man? I had an argument with somebody today. It's like,
I won't tell you the alley with my bad.
Oh, he Gary Payton that joint. Gary Payton, Sean Kemp.
But that's very important for us to know because God knows we just been tricked and bamboozled for so long, man. It's like we need to know.
How have we been tricked? I feel like it's been pretty common knowledge.
It has been common, but I was going to go into this. Like with the being progressive thing. You see now with Hanover, with Lee Davis High School and the other one, that people want them to change the names, but people are stuck in their ways. They don't want to change it.
Of course.
With the Confederate flag. They're telling us, they weren't responsible for slavery. We should get over this and that. But they don't want to get over getting rid of the Confederate statues, the Confederate flag, the Confederate Jeff Davis Highway, Lee Davis High School, all this stuff. Arthur Ashe Boulevard came, people lost their mind.
Oh, yeah, they had a damn fit.
It's so weird.
So it's hypocrisy, man.
Who supports losers?
Yeah.
Oh, they support them
they
hard.
lost. You don't see us.
But they'll tell you it's not about that. It's about, Southern pride and,
But you lost.
Yeah.
They're-
Hey,
Let it go.
preacher, choir.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let it go.
They don't tell Jews let it go though. Don't forget about it.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, it's true.
You can't just roll around with a swastika like, hey man,
Exactly.
I'm German. This is what represents.
But I can go down 95 and just see the flag, and it's like they have a right to fly that flag as a constitutional right.
I got a
Like,
right to fly these heads.
yeah. The views of Kel do not represent Lindsey Dougherty.
I'm from Richmond. I'm not even in her district, so don't listen to nothing I say. We don't affect each other.
Let's change it up for Lindsey. I know you're bigger than this one. Nicki Minaj and Rick Ross. It was some words exchanged.
I know you're big.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I mean, it was some words exchanged. If we know, Rick Ross had said something about Nicki a couple years ago with the whole Meek Mill situation, saying
I
that
told Meek never trust Nicki.
that was Kel, by the way. I know some people. Look,
No, that was Rose.
I didn't how to do that joint. I do not own the rights to this music. But they said Nicki clapped back this week. I don't know what podcast show she was
Joe
on.
Budden's
Oh, Joe
podcast.
Buttons, yeah, the Migos hater. But anyway,
He does not hate the Migos.
hey, he ain't had to walk off like that. That was disrespectful. Let them young boys eat, man. Even if you mad at academics, man, don't disrespect them young boys like
We can
that,
have this
man.
conversation at a later time. I'm gonna let you go and talk.
I'm
about
sorry. I digress. But yeah, he did disrespect the Migos. But anyway, she said that what he needs to.
Sit his fat ass down.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
And I'm fat. That's why I'm the one who can repeat it. They can't say that. Bro.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm there with you.
I'm about 2 Reese's Pieces away.
But see, you like 7.5 feet tall, so that nigga stood up. I said, "Oh, we got a basketball player."
I know, right? I'm open.
Forget these jokes, nigga. Get some boards.
I know, right? Go inside, dog. But Ross had a little. He was petty with
What did
it.
he say back? I didn't see his.
Me neither.
Just pretty much, he was saying that I guess Nicki was messing with Meek and Drake.
I did see that.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
had the bigger side.
So
She was in a fragile spot.
yeah. So it was like he was a little shade right there. He was being a little petty. Was Ross with the T on that one, man?
I mean, Ross kind of be like that though. Look
Yeah.
at the whole Birdman Wayne thing. Ross kind of be like that.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I'm not mad at him. I do think so, because if I remember correctly, she said she saw a text that Ross had sent Meek when they was together.
Yep.
Saying she's a keeper.
Yeah.
After they met, I think they met with Obama. Or
That's what
whatnot.
it was. And then he was like, you know,
You see, before you see her shaking her head, she quiet
know
as
that.
kept. Yeah, she
She
was like,
know that.
oh, all
I
right.
remember that. I was there. And so, then on the song, like I said, he said he told Meek that he wouldn't trust Nicki, which is a bit.
He didn't have to go there.
He didn't. But at the same time, you kind of got to understand his standpoint. I do understand what he's saying at the same time. Like, in his response, he was like, of course, yeah, I'm going to say she's a keeper. She just went and met with Obama with you and all that good type of stuff. That looks good. But you got her in this spot of somebody that, you know, she got love for. She got love for Drake. They came in together, all that good type of stuff. It was a tough spot for her to be in. He didn't have to say that. He could have minded his business on that one. But he probably also felt like he was looking out for his dog. Because look how it turned out in the end.
I think it was a record sales thing. It was like let's throw a little shade out there, see who bites or whatnot. And I guess Nicki felt the way about it. It was like, yo, like why come for her?
She felt away about a lot of things right now.
I'm not saying that I'm a Nicki. I'm sorry, Lynn, but I'm not a Nicki fan. We'll talk after the show.
I ain't
But
a Nicki Minaj fan. I'm not gonna.
I'm not. I'm definitely not a Nicki Minaj fan.
Nicki or Cardi? And matter of fact, she threw shade at Cardi
Well,
this
hold
week.
on. What are we asking Nicki or Cardi in regards to what?
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, but Nicki said something about Cardi this week. It was like, for someone to have a #1 album and a Grammy, but not be top 50 on anybody's rap list, what does that say about you or whatnot? So she's keeping that one.
This might be sexist or misogynistic or whatever, but I stay out of women's beefs. Yeah,
That's what I think Raw should have done.
I had me too, but I had a big problem with even when that whole Nicki and Remy thing went down. A lot of guys was really coming at her like she was a grown man, and I stay out of that, man. Mind your business. It's too much trouble to be had in that area.
We're old fashioned, Lindsay. It's like
I'm young, but I'm old.
yeah. I'm not gonna say cat fight, because that would be disrespectful. But I mean, we're men, Stay out of that stuff,
Yeah,
man.
man, I agree.
Jeffrey Epstein. Are we
He
going?
was murdered.
Is that what that?
I said it.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and clear the way right now.
And break down who he is, Kel. I want you to start this one off.
Epstein was the man who was murdered by the Clintons. That's what he is. Yeah, I'm nobody, so I'm not really worried about it. But no, he's a pedophile, predator, who provided young girls for men in power, basically. And it's known that Bill Clinton may have been a part of these tirades that was going on back in the day. And he wasn't it shortly before like some file was supposed to be released or something along those lines. Forgive me if I
heard it was some information that could have got out.
And they did say they stamped that Clinton's name was on there, as well as some other high power men that we all know
Trump.
and some of y'all love.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, DT was on there.
Yeah.
I don't give him the respect call. That's DT. And
The orange guy.
supposedly, so this is the thing. This is the trip part to me, right? Supposedly he had tried to assassinate himself a couple weeks prior, but he was not on suicide watch now. All of a sudden, and nobody was there, and he was able to kill himself. All of a sudden, which the story doesn't make sense.
It sounds like you're a fan of The Wire. You remember D'Angelo Barksdale? Mm-hmm. You know when they say he sat down. Mm-hmm. Somebody, you can be touched anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
And he got touched.
Especially, I mean, come on, man, you ain't got nowhere to go. You in there.
Yeah.
Then they said they had inmates watching him. Like, I guess the inmates was like the suicide.
I guess
watch. How, Sway?
The inmates they hired to kill him.
They had Hop and Bob in there.
Of course.
If anybody believe that man committed suicide, I gotta breathe.
You crazy?
I want to sell you, Jack.
They say
they're talking about going after the money now already. They supposedly $500 million.
Woo.
Why does Bill Clinton care, though? That's my question. Like, we're all past him. Decades past.
Well,
We're
because his
past
wife is still
Yeah,
relevant.
She's not.
yeah.
A little
she's
bit.
not. She's trash.
Yes, you're right.
But at the same time, his legacy is on the line.
But see, this is the thing. It's different. You were fellaced by another adult woman. Hey, it happens. People get it. Children are involved.
That's pretty good. Is that because she's here? The fellation.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
If
that.
you notice, I'm taming myself.
I didn't mean to call you
Wow.
on it. Yeah, I like that.
SAT word.
He was fellaced.
I mean, it's rather late for that, and it's Friday. We had a long week, though. Chill out.
Look, he got some head from Monica Lewinsky, who was a consenting adult at the time.
Mm-hmm.
These are children who can't consent, and for all we know, may have been taken from their house. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that affects you a whole lot more. Every man done something they weren't supposed to do with another adult, but when children are involved, man, that's your livelihood.
Yeah.
But you know what? And what they say is the best witness is a dead witness. So, yeah, I'm not too much of a believer in conspiracy theories, but
How do you live?
I don't know. But
All of them.
I have a lot,
I have some,
including the Jay-Z thing, but we won't.
but I'm more of a common sense guy, and common sense says if he has that much information on people that are in very powerful positions, some people will go the distance to make sure that you don't ruin the money that's coming in for them. So
But that
I don't think it was just one person.
yeah,
Of course.
like that
Right,
trickle down effect would be crazy.
yeah,
It's kind of like what remember when Robert Kraft got caught at the shop. It was big names there too.
Yeah.
But I guess he was the biggest name.
At least they was grown.
But I think did he take that fall for everybody?
Did he even take a fall?
Nah, but it wasn't really a fall, but his name was everywhere.
Man, ain't nobody care about that.
Nah, they didn't, but at the same time,
I feel what you're saying.
yeah, with the other dudes or whatnot.
Yeah, he was a bit of a scapegoat.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I mean, once again, Lindsay, don't pay me no mind, but it wasn't worth news.
It definitely was.
it really wasn't. That's
She
pretty.
keeping his blood flowing. He like 100. Like he got to keep his blood flowing. Props to those ladies.
I mean, I think he's supporting businesses. He's investing. And,
He's supporting immigrants, but he's supporting
As a
Trump
matter
at
of
the
fact,
same time.
it was a strip mall. So I mean,
there you go.
First
See,
of
there
all,
you go.
brother. You have got to find a better place. To
it
get
might have
that
been a
done.
Dollar Tree beside it or something.
That was a $40 setup. He's better than that. You're better than
No,
that.
he's investing in the community.
Yeah.
That's,
Giving back.
I just can't see him at a strip mall. That's crazy, man.
you be surprised.
He started
man.
hanging with Meek, man. He started thinking he was one of the
Yeah,
right
he might have
people
been
to
fucking
start.
around. He had America's Best Wings now, getting them 24 carats.
Yeah.
Hey, don't 24 carats.
That moon dust, man. Once again,
My
look,
man, honeymoon dust.
that moon dust.
I go to America's Best so much. I was out of the country last week.
Mm-hmm.
The day I came back, I went there that night. Dude said, "Where have you been?" I've been gone for a week. I go there 2-3 times a week. Right there on Forest Hill. Shout out to America's Best. They're my people. Y'all go support them.
Yeah, unofficial. We do unofficial commercials here. Yeah, matter of fact, tell us about Canada, man.
Canada.
Heard you was hanging out there with,
I did.
Was you in the 6?
I wish.
Oh.
I was in Quebec and Montreal.
Okay.
The 6 was a bit away. I tried to get them to take us there, but they said it was too far. But no, it was awesome, man. My first time out of the country, passport shawty now.
Oh, wow.
Hey, man, I can go anywhere now.
What'd you do?
Ate good food.
Oh, the food is. See, that's the thing. Why can't nobody talks about the food up
Yeah.
there?
So this
Just
is
the ham.
This is the difference, though, right? So over Toronto, those are English.
Can we pause for a second?
Go
She
ahead.
just disrespected Virginia. We don't talk about no other ham.
I don't even eat pork, but we don't do that.
Virginia is the ham. You know. Like, back to Kel.
So you have those, more Americanized places in Canada like Toronto. Quebec and Montreal are still like French regime. They speak French. They cook French.
The cuisine is pretty much
Bro, when I tell you, all you eating is bread. So I definitely did gain some weight. Like I checked,
Bread
I really
and
did.
cheese.
Bread and cheese. But the bread is so good.
Oh yeah.
It's so good, man. Oddly enough, has nothing to do with bread. No, I had a Canada Dry ginger ale while I was up there. Way better than down here.
You motherfucker.
Down here, it just tastes like straight sugar. Up there, it was crisp and
The
delicious.
threads.
See how it comes back around, man.
I had poutine 4 times. Are you familiar with poutine?
Mm-mm.
It's a Canadian delicacy.
What's the name of it?
I don't know.
Poutine.
I was trying to ignore it.
Go, and that's what it's called.
I thought he was a rock for a minute.
not-
Yeah, that's exactly what
Don't
came
say
to
that.
mind.
It is good.
It was pie?
It's fries, gravy, and cheese curds.
Curds. It's not good.
But see, curds sound like a nasty word, but really it's just like pieces of cheese, and it's delicious.
They're
that-
squeaky though.
What they call it? They call them cheese curds, the little instead of the Cheetos, the off-brand joints. They call them cheese
They do
curds.
call them
Yeah.
that. But no, it's delicious.
This is different.
I had it 4 times.
Oh yeah.
I promise you.
That don't even sound sexy.
I've never had it in Canada, so maybe it's different.
Curds.
I know.
That could be.
babe.
He said it don't even sound. It
Hey,
do say
hey, babe.
poutine sounds sexy.
Not curds though.
But
No.
she said that part. I won't go say curds.
Come on,
Curds.
girl, come over here.
They're squeaky.
Get these
Got some curds
She
for
said
you?
it's squeaky.
Curds.
Well, when you're getting poutine, sometimes it's gonna be squeaky. I'm just saying.
Facts. All facts.
Shout out Canada, man. I can't even drink ginger ale no more, man. You done messed me all
No,
up,
I really
man.
can't.
Like the ginger is stronger, all that.
Yeah, it tastes, for lack of a better term, real.
Oh yeah.
It just tastes real up there. When I came back, I did have a Canada Dry at my grandma's house, and it just tasted like sugar. I couldn't even drink the whole thing.
And see, were you the typical person that you didn't had the real Canada? Oh man, you ain't had real
No,
Canada,
I
man.
ain't bad and bougie like that. It was just like this too sweet.
See, he just proved urban myth. Old people always got some ginger ale
Oh yeah, brother.
on stash.
Oh, yeah.
That's really medicine in the black.
Yeah,
community,
and that and
I was
Robitussin.
growing
Yeah.
up-
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ginger ale cure everything. I broke my leg one time. My great grandma, she pulled a can of ginger ale on that thing, put a little duct tape on it. I was
Yeah.
good 24
You're
hours.
fine.
My mama put some cough syrup, some Robitussin, and ginger ale in the same cup. I said, "Damn, you future." I feel like a rapper right
double
now.
cup
You
of
got me on lean. What's
Yeah,
going
that
on,
double
girl?
cup.
Dirty soda, Spike Lee,
But,
white girl, iced tea.
I'm trying to tell you, there's a cure for
Dress it up and make it
everything.
real for me. Whatever that means.
You break your leg, drink some ginger ale.
Yeah.
Even your feelings hurt, drink some ginger ale. I'm trying to tell you. It's amazing.
We had a real good time though, bro. Learned some French. I do want to shout this out though. Y'all like oatmeal raisin cookies by chance? Anybody? It's the best cookie as far as I'm concerned. We went to this little bakery because we stayed on an island in Quebec. There's an island out there with only 1,000 people, and they don't have police.
God.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm not gonna tell you what I did out there, but that's important.
We'll talk after the
Yeah.
show.
Man, this little bakery, it's literally not big as this room. Best oatmeal raisin cookies I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, leaps and bounds better than anything I've had. It was amazing. I know it doesn't help because I didn't bring y'all none, so it don't really mean nothing, but they didn't make it back to my hotel.
That's what they do though. They have the best shit in the world and then come back and be like, man, you had to be
tell
there.
you about it.
You had to be there.
Hey, man. We going back, though. We're definitely going back, man. I enjoy myself.
You know what's crazy? I never had an oatmeal raisin cookie.
What the hell is wrong with
Have you
you?
ever had oatmeal chocolate chip?
I never had.
Whoa, I have.
Whoa, hold up.
Where's this at? Where's this at? You can fill me in. Where's
Yeah,
that?
where
Not
is
enough
this?
fiber. I need my raisins for the fiber. No, oatmeal chocolate chip is good.
Well, all right, since I got you here, we got Richmond, Chesterfield, Petersburg in the house. Best donuts in the area.
Country time.
I have heard you're the third person in 2 weeks.
It's the best
to tell me.
donuts.
You haven't?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh my god.
I know.
Change your life.
This weekend. I'm going to do it this
It's
weekend.
gonna change your campaign.
That's
I
awesome.
promise you. Take a picture eating it and
Okay.
put it on whatever politicians use to show their pictures.
All the things.
Everybody's gonna vote for you.
There's a vegan shop
Man, if you don't go to hell,
downtown. Vegan donuts.
Man.
Downtown Petersburg. I forgot the name of it.
You
What's
just taking shots to the fat boys. That's
yeah,
all that
of
is.
course.
yeah. How about that?
Sir, I don't like my love handles. All right, so squeeze me. But yeah, they got some pretty. Cause I'm a Krispy Kreme guy. I don't think anything will ever take
Overrated.
over.
No.
What?
Yo,
The
but
original.
Yes.
It's not even a real donut. What is it?
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
you
not.
said it Krispy Kreme?
No.
Yeah, real
Go to
talk,
country.
real talk, dude. Get you a cheat day, and is it country style? I want to say country style donuts.
Country time is lemonade. You're right.
Yeah, country style donuts. It's one off Williamsburg Road on the East End.
That's the one.
Then they got one off
near me.
West
Near the
Broad,
airport.
West Broad, like going towards Short Pump.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't know they had one over there.
Yeah.
See, that's how. Look, I'm deep in the game, though.
Excuse the hell out of me.
I'm all fucked up
You
in
got
the
a
game.
membership card.
Yeah, they know me.
You must be playing
Like you do like your America's Best.
Yeah.
That's how I am with the country style.
So how do you like it? I feel like we need to have more conversation about this. So how do you like your donuts? Because I need to make sure you're gonna like them first.
Original citrus glaze. I don't like nothing inside of the donut.
Yep.
I don't like anything on top of the donut. I just
That's
like
fine.
Same.
pure donut.
They got that. That's I appreciate
Same.
it.
That glaze is banging. She'll like that glaze.
It's
Cake's okay too.
it make you feel like you at home when you eat a country style donut. Your grandma comes. I don't even know if she's still living, but even if she's not, she still comes. She shows up. She rubs your back a little bit. Hey man. She has a house coat on. It's just so when I eat Krispy Kreme, I don't feel like that. When I eat Krispy Kreme, I feel like I'm eating something off a conveyor belt.
Have you ever had a hot one?
I have, and it still tastes like it was good, but it melted in my mouth like cotton
But-
candy. That's
I
not what a
know.
donut
The
supposed
country
to do.
country style is like it's a thicker donut.
Yeah.
The Krispy Kreme when they hot and ready, it's like, yeah.
It's like drinking something when you eat a hot Krispy Kreme donut. Like that's not appeasing.
Fold it up.
I need to
One bite.
That country style, you can take that thing apart like. Praise God, I need to go.
I have taken so many tardy points because that hotline would come on. I'd be like, man, I'm about to be early for work today. Ding! All right, well, so much for that. We'll try again
See
tomorrow.
that red making that U-turn,
You get
man.
these 10 donut holes.
Not to mention, Krispy Kreme Hot Light is always on
It's
now.
always on.
Oh,
Because
it's
they're smart.
Nah, because they running out of donuts. They running out of donuts. Them lines are so
You
long,
don't know what you're
man.
eating. The light is always. What are they making that shit out of? There's no way you can. Country style, they gotta come in at 4:00 in the morning. Need that dough to make them donuts. That it. It tastes once again. It's just love.
It's happening this weekend.
I,
I'm gonna report back.
please do.
All right, bring on the bad then. If we doing it like that,
I won't be there though, so just,
Well,
I'll put in.
you can
I'll
come
go.
visit.
it's too far.
I'll go live. I'll go
It's
live
less
with the
from
donut.
here,
Oh, where is it?
in Hopewell. At Hopewell
I used to do
High School.
cable in Hopewell. Hopewell is not that far. When I was
Pause.
a cable man.
Come on. down.
Okay. It's,
What?
you used to do cable in Hopewell. Okay.
I was a cable man, and that was my area, Hopewell and Petersburg.
Now look, were you ever like Jim Carrey status? You ever want to do that one time? just for shits and
That
giggles,
was a
man.
terrible movie.
Every Jim Carrey movie is good.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Oh no, I love Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Best one.
The Mask.
No, Ace Ventura. The first one.
Me, myself, and Irene.
I'm gonna go different with y'all.
The Truman Show.
That one was good.
That one was
This
amazing.
between the
But
Mask
Ace
and me, myself, and
Ventura,
Irene.
number one.
I'm gonna say Liar Liar.
Best?
Liar Liar was
I like this. Funny
I
to
like
me, man.
Liar,
Yeah.
but best?
I,
Me, myself, and Irene is a fantastic movie. I love
yo,
that movie.
I'll dap you on that because it's very underrated.
It is.
It's very underrated. It was a dark Jim Carrey, kind of like Cable Guy.
And I loved it.
Yeah. I'm a fan of that.
I didn't say anything remotely racist.
I just think Truman Show was just like the concept of it.
No, I do agree
Yeah, the
there.
concept
The
of it,
idea of
it was
the show
dope.
was really good.
That was
Amazing.
on point.
But that ain't got nothing to do with Jim Carrey.
No.
Yeah, I would say Liar, or maybe the mask, man. Because now, once again, this is not sexist or not disrespectful, but they're trying to get a female to play the mask.
Really?
I don't have a problem with that if it's the right one.
I don't think you can do the mask. I don't think
Why
nobody
can't
can
they
do the
just
mask.
stop? Just
Yeah.
stop remaking movies.
Agree.
Just
I don't
Agreed.
see nobody. That's like
You know why The Mask is the best movie? Because it incorporated the Avengers too. Because The Mask came from Loki. A lot of people don't pay attention to that.
I didn't know that.
Yes, The Mask was thrown to Earth by Loki, which includes Avengers, which means Disney runs everything. Illuminati!
God. Irrelevance in the Dungeon. I can't nothing else from that. Shout outs, Kel.
Shout out to my wife, my daughter Journey, family, everybody here. Shout out to Eddie Murphy just because he's my favorite comedian of all time.
I get that. Miss Lindsay.
Shout out to my co-guest, Snuff.
Appreciate
Thanks for
that.
having
Oh,
me.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
thank you.
My
thank you.
family, campaign manager. Gotta give a shout out to him too.
Yeah,
And the community.
Vote for Lindsay.
Let's do it.
please
And-
vote for Lindsay.
When's voting day?
November 5th.
No
First Tuesday in November, 7 7A, 6P.
There you
Okay,
go.
no doubt.
She
Lot
says
of
cool
time.
stuff like A and P, so please vote.
I
for
like
Do
that.
it.
Yes.
Let's do this.
No doubt. Mr. Mike.
Oh man, shout out to all of y'all, man. I this was definitely fun. Shout out to the city of Petersburg. Shout out to Houston, Texas as well. And shout out to Jesus, because he's a part of my life.
Come on now.
Definitely shout out to Jesus. I
Okay,
like you.
all right.
You
He's a
are
cool
all right.
guy. He's all right with me. I don't care what they say about you, dog.
Hey, come on now. They talk about Jesus, they gonna talk about me.
You better get up in there now.
Pass the plate.
Oh, by the way,
That's when the old dude gets to the front, be in front of the pastor. Come on now. Like he the only person in the church. Let me go and sit down, dude.
Sit your old ass down.
by the way, sir.
Oh,
yeah.
shout out.
Yeah.
Tell the people what you giving me, dog.
Yes, so that is a Kinfolk T-shirt. Kinfolk is Southern for family, and pretty much the scheme has a purpose. So it's all different colors in the scheme. So I guess you can connect dots on that one. We're all family, you know. So I'm selling those T-shirts, and proceeds, certain percentage of the proceeds are going towards helping homeless vets. I am a vet myself. Shout out to United States Navy sailors everywhere. But I'm taking some of those.
Twice and you ain't said that you was Antoine Fisher, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
I used to be. And it's crazy because I'm about to go on the ship next month, and I
Yeah.
ain't never been on a ship.
For real.
I
What
never
you doing
touched
in
the
the
ship.
What'd you do in the Navy?
I work with the Army.
Oh yeah.
So I was
He's
flying
lying. He's
to.
lying. He's lying. He was not in nobody. He was in
So-
Rihanna Navy.
I thought all of them was
Hilarious.
straight Donald Duck up there mopping them ships and whatnot, man.
You'd be
Man, so
surprised,
he's in Navy.
man.
Ain't never been on a ship. He's
It's been
a
people.
goddamn lie, Reggie.
Cause he's Antoine Fisher. He was always fighting. He was always fighting, man. They went.
That was my neck, nigga.
They never learned how to heat up that water, so I was like, no sir, no ham, no ma'am, no turkey.
Hey, I just want to throw out. So when I found out I was gonna be on an episode with you. First of all, I was excited. He could tell you that. I told you.
Yeah,
that.
he does.
But I also was looking at one of your sets on YouTube.
Yeah.
For some reason, that right there was fucking hilarious. I was tripping off that shit. I don't know what it is. Rhyming words make me laugh or something.
No
I don't
ham,
know,
no
but
man.
that was hilarious.
Yo, don't let them poems get out there.
And also when he said,
Yeah.
also when he said he had a degree in cashier, and I was
Shout out to Everest University.
that was
It's homecoming coming up.
props
right.
to you, brother. That was hilarious.
People be like, "You really signed up for Everest?" Yeah, I did. I just don't tell a lot
Oh
of people
wait,
about it.
that's true.
That's true. Oh, this is true.
The commercial got you?
Yes.
You were sitting on your couch.
That black man yelled at me. I said, "Yes, sir." I really ain't doing
He
nothing with
paid
my life right now.
$73 for his degree.
Sure did. And put it on layaway. Ain't that something?
Hey, ICDC almost got me before they went out of business.
They were in business for all of 3 months.
Well, you know, the fact that you get Romeo,
Yeah,
to,
but they had that little Romeo
you know,
commercial. That was it.
you get Romeo to sponsor, you know.
All the No Limit Stores
I mean,
signed up, and then
no disrespect to Romeo, but I'm not
disrespect.
I'm not thinking about college with Romeo, you know.
Yeah.
He can't even talk good, so he definitely not gonna give me the time for no college. He can't say bro.
Now maybe it's daddy. You get P out there, you know.
No, he can't talk good.
Well,
either.
P getting paid. P was getting money though. P was a hustler.
P still getting money.
Yeah.
P, first of all, can I just say this right quick? I don't want to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Shout out. Master P does not get the respect that he deserves. He was
I
doing
can agree with
things that a lot of these newer guys are doing now that y'all praise way before. He was a sports agent way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the NBA.
I know why.
Why is that?
Down south.
True. Very true. But give Percy Miller his respect, man.
Absolutely.
400 million. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fuck baby. Put some respect on P name.
First of all, I'm gonna slap the shit out you just now. If you ever disrespect Brian Williams in my presence.
You kiss him in the mouth too.
Nah. The views of Snuff Magee. We're not gonna talk about that. That was
Hey, look, P
that was baby. I'm talking about Birdman. I'm talking about Birdman. That's a different person.
yo, P was out there before Birdman, man.
So
I'm just saying, like,
if that's the case, Jay Prince. Jay Prince was out there before
Oh,
all
come
of
on
them.
now.
well, Jay Prince get the respect already.
Absolutely.
You already.
Got to.
I would never say a bad word about him because he had
You saw
Quick.
Lindsay. You saw Lindsay shaking her head. She know.
Yeah.
I read Jay Prince's book too. Very good.
Yeah, Jay Prince is that dude. He the one that told Drake, "Hey,
You
Calm
need
that
to have
down.
A book corner. Because since I'm making this my podcast too, you need to have a book corner so I can talk about
once the
books that-
banner comes, then we can make it official."
All right. I'll wait.
It's still in China, you know. But-
November.
Yeah.
Nation's great.
But yeah, we need to do that, man. I was thinking about that too, because when Bam was here, he was like, you know, matter of fact, I need to get the book he was telling us to read or whatnot.
Do you remember what it was? Do you remember what it was?
I wrote it down. I jotted.
I read a lot of books. You listen to I Can't Call It. You know, I always have my little.
Yeah,
this is what
right
I
now I was into the Brandon one. I got Terrence Doctor's book that I still need to get him to sign. Matter of fact, I'll take it
Bring
tomorrow.
it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have mine too.
Oh, you do? Okay.
For the
Okay.
first time, I'm reading it's not necessarily a fiction book, but I guess it's more of a novel. Ancient Nine by Ian Connor, I think his name.
Ancient Nine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about like a black secret society within what do you call those schools, like Ivy League schools.
That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's true to an extent. It's you know some
Based on truth.
based. Vote for Lindsay. please.
She finishes sentences.
Loosely true.
But so is it kind of like a Skull and Bones thing, or is it?
That's precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. Yeah, but it's it's real secret society like throughout Harvard. It's a real thing. It was on Breakfast Club. That's where I found out about the book. Y'all watch Dear White People by chance?
I do.
I haven't checked into
All
it.
right, you trash.
I have time, Kel.
It's for you. It says Dear White People.
I know. After this campaign, I'm going to keep on a lot
She's
of
like
stuff.
this, dear white people. I don't have time for that.
So, have you
No.
seen the current season, Mike? Mm-hmm. So you know about without giving away too much pyramid, all like you know what I'm talking. It's like that, but it's a good book.
Oh yeah.
Thus far, I've read a lot of books.
How many seasons of Dear White People is it?
This will be the
Third?
This is the third one.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
this is
third
the third one. Yep.
They're only gonna have one more, I believe. So
Before we get out of here, since we're telling them what we need to watch, man, everybody give me a show to watch because I'm behind. I'm on Sopranos right now. I've seen all the Sopranos. I'm just back on it again.
Okay.
And I just finished up season 2.
I do that with House.
And the thing about it is, once I start, I gotta go all the way back through. I do it with The Wire. Now I'm doing it with Sopranos or whatever.
With The Wire, do you go all the way back through the second season every time?
Look, before you get disrespectful,
I'm just saying, if you I'm gonna give you your props if you can sit there and watch the second season every time.
give me all the props because season 2 was very underrated.
Season
The Greek, the Greek is one of the baddest dudes, man. I mean, it's not.
underrated.
Yes, you didn't like that season at all.
I watched it.
So what's bad about it? The fact that they weren't in the streets as much
Yeah,
because of the unions and the docks or whatnot.
it's boring.
It's
Don't
a
get me wrong, I
story.
still think The Wire is the greatest show ever.
It's
created.
a story that had to be told.
Necessary evil.
Yeah.
Necessary evil.
I'm on Sons of Anarchy.
I tried that. Couldn't
Yeah.
get through the first season.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
What?
It was fake.
What?
It was too fake for me.
What?
I don't believe Jax.
Was Ben Affleck in it?
She feels about Ben Affleck how I feel about Oprah.
You really, Lindsay, you getting disrespectful, man.
No, I don't.
You
watch
must
those-
be what was his ex name? You're a big
Jennifer
fan.
Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
Oh,
big.
no, actually, We're both right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a big Jennifer Garner fan. That's why you hate Ben so much. You just think he's a bad actor.
No, I just think he's a terrible actor.
You need to watch The Town.
Have you seen The Accountant?
That sounds awful.
What about
It really does. But he's an autistic.
Ben Affleck as an accountant?
No,
Oh my God.
he's autistic
Oh my God.
and an accountant and a sniper
Oh.
So he's actually autistic?
in the movie.
I mean, they're saying the movie,
Yeah,
an
he's
autistic, accountant
that
sniper.
be killing people.
So he popping heads and popping receipts.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
It's
That's all right.
I was so surprised. I didn't expect it to be good either. I like to put on certain things to go to sleep to. I put it on to go to sleep.
That was your MASH?
Yes.
God.
And I stayed up and watched the whole movie. It was a damn good movie. Watch
What about
Accountant.
Gone Girl? You didn't like Gone Girl?
That movie
I
was
didn't
garbage.
see it.
You didn't like Gone Girl?
No.
Wow.
That movie was garbage.
Well,
I'm usually with you on Ben Affleck. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I do like The Accountant, and I know he gave me a side eye. But Daredevil, I enjoyed it.
okay. I like The Town. The Town is good.
I can't even get through the show of Daredevil.
Yeah, check out The Town. That's a pretty good movie. You know the dude Jeremy Renner from what's it, Hawkeye and Avengers. He's in it too.
Okay.
A very different role for him, but it's a pretty dope movie, man.
Okay.
I've seen that. That was. I agree.
Was Mark Wahlberg in that movie too?
Nah, see, let's not get disrespectful now.
Hold on,
You know?
what you mean?
I don't like Mark
I'm just
Wahlberg.
saying.
Hey,
But if he was gonna say Marky Mark was a better actor than Ben Affleck, then I'd be like, come on.
Mark
man.
Wahlberg is a better actor than Ben Affleck.
How he plays the same role?
Mark.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
No,
I
I
want-
mean, Ben Affleck is the...
No, I wanted you to watch out because I wanted to slap the shit out of him.
Do it.
Have you seen The Departed?
That's the only time that he's been a great actor.
The other guys.
But he was playing himself in The Departed.
Yep.
Departed was
He was playing himself. He was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
okay.
He was Marky Mark.
But when is he? Not, but let's keep it real. When is he not playing?
But he was Marky Mark in The Departed.
When is he not playing that character?
I'm just saying, The Departed, he went, and plus he had the Boston accent strong or
The
whatever.
Departed is one of the greatest movies ever created.
I hated him in Transformers.
But come
I
on.
miss Shia
If
LaBeouf.
that's what you're judging him off, then
I'm
I
just
need
saying,
Shia
well,
back.
that's a cheap. That's a cheap take.
Shia was the man.
That's a cheap.
the Departed was good. It wasn't one of Scorsese's best, but it's
Can I say the F word around you?
Yeah, do
You're
it.
a fucking fool.
it's better. It's better than Goodfellas.
Nah, Goodfellas but Goodfellas is also my favorite movie.
What about is it better than Casino?
Those are my top three?
Is it better than Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
Okay.
Goodfellas, Casino, and The Departed are my top three though.
Okay, cool. Now this Irishman coming up.
I know.
You might have to change
I'm
that list.
interested.
You might have changed
I'm
that list,
interested.
man. You know, we did shout outs and then we did an additional 10 minutes. I'm sorry. This is Irrelevance in the Dungeon, man. Sometimes we ramble,
I'll
man.
be honest with you. Usually when I'm on here, we do like 3 hours. So
Yeah, but you know, I'm trying to get the people, you know, leave them one a little bit more.
I like talking.
Huh?
I like talking.
That's a lot of editing, dog. A lot of editing.
I don't have to do that.
But
so I'm not worried about
since you're on the show now, you know, we can talk a lot,
it.
right?
Yeah, that's
Soon
a
as that banner get here, man.
All the time.
Yo, Irrelevance in the Dungeon. I'm Snuff Magee, joined by
Kel.
Lindsay.
Mike J.
No Doubt. We out. Peace.
You've been listening to Snuff Magee and Friends. Irrelevance in the Dungeon.